prove. I wanna lose. Yeah, something to prove. You know that I wanna lose. Yeah, gonna leave this here. This right here gonna be that year. Yeah, that's too sincere. I don't really think I could be that clear. I'ma be right here, but y'all know that. Wanna feed my fist, try to hold me back. Y'all do that, try to hold me down. Karma is real and it's coming around.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to BCX3 TV. I'm your host, Brandon Cole, and you are tuned in to Take Me Out to the Video Game, a podcast about baseball video games. Really quick, I feel the need to address for the returning viewers, you are in the right place. BCX3 Baseball has become BCX3 TV. Why did that happen? The short answer is just to give us more options on content. You're not really going to see a dramatic change in structure in content. It's still going to be 95+% all baseball content. It's just that I have a few ideas for things in the future of content that I might want to pursue that's not necessarily attuned to baseball, and I wanted to kind of give myself an avenue to be able to create that if I really wanted to create that. And I don't even know what of that's going to come to fruition, but I just felt like a soft rebranding move was the right move for the channel. And that's why we did that. But let's get into MLB The Show, because we have a massive post-All-Star Game drop. We're going to talk about it all. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, I want to give the proverbial tip of the cap to SDS, because they have been firing out the content beautifully of late. Weekend Classic right now in the middle of an inning, which is awesome. We have a 99 Mike Napoli and a 99 Corbin Burns to go for that. You can see them on the screen here. But what I want to talk to you more about is the programs that we've gotten for All-Star, Home Run Derby, and the draft in the last couple of days. You look here, we have assorted programs. And we have, first of all, the draft program, which I've already completed. But you get a bunch of prospects here. You've probably already seen the attributes. I'll show them off anyway real quick. But yeah, you get a bunch of prospects, you get some jerseys and bats and stuff that I personally don't care about. Some people do. I just don't. Gage Wood is a pretty good prospect. I think that's going to be a name we see in the majors pretty soon. Ethan Conrad, another one. And then we have, of course, the pack, which is got a couple 99s in the pack. Eli Wiltz, the number 1 overall pick. I guess just the 199. Sorry, my bad. Tyler Brenmer is your 98 tier. Cade Anderson is in that tier. And Liam Doyle is in that tier. And then you have your 97s of Seth Hernandez. Avia Arquette. I don't know if I pronounced his name right there. JoJo Parker. Billy Carlson. Jamie Arnold. Gavin Feen, Marek Houston, Kaysen Cunningham, and Andrew Fisher are your 97s. And then Luke Stevenson, Sean Gamble, Josh Harmon, Slater DeBron, Riley Quick, Xavier Nevins, I believe. Not even going to try to pronounce that one. Brady Ebel. Zach Root. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one right now. But that's your 96 tier. Moments, missions, pretty standard stuff to get this one done. Home Run Derby. Pretty much the same moment, or there's no moments, just missions. So just go mission out on this one. Get them home runs. Get the stuff you got to get done. You get some packs, some XP. One card in this program, it is Brent Rooker, of course. 6 of the other 7 are in packs. You got your Junior Caminero, your O'Neill Cruz, Byron Buxton, James Wood, Matt Olson, and Jazz Chisholm Jr., which I did notice a very interesting thing on Jazz Chisholm Jr. in the Home Run Derby. Did not have his torpedo bat. Came out and proceeded to hit only 3 home runs. I'm sure I'm going to talk about this more in depth on a baseball podcast at some point. But then, of course, Cal Raleigh comes out with his torpedo bat. The announcers even talk about the torpedo bat. And then he goes on and wins the whole damn thing. So just interesting, thing that I noticed. But then there's a collection for Cal Raleigh, the winner, by the way, which we'll show off here in just a minute. But I wanted to then talk about today's All-Star program because you get a lot of cool stuff. Got a bunch of All-Star moments I got to get on those. Then again, missions. Programs are pretty standard at this point. You get your packs or your icon stuff. You get Mason Neville, another prospect. Get some Andrew Abbott action in there. You get some Isaac Paredes action in there. You get some Kyle Tucker action in there. You get a Kyle Schwarber, and you get a premier pack for the All-Star. 3 players from the pack that we discussed the other day will be included in this. So pretty cool stuff there. Along with that comes 2 new Conquest maps, one of which I've already completed, a second of which I will probably be doing tonight or tomorrow. And then we have the collections, which show off the big boys. In All-Star, we already went over that the other day, but you got a few more cards in here now to get to that 55 collect all for that 99 Aaron Judge draft. You got Ike Irish, Kyson Witherspoon for my Red Sox. Really happy with this draft pick. I was on Pesky when he was drafted. Made the call that he was drafted. Talked about it immediately on the podcast. We were actually on with Sea Dog's pitching coach, Juan Rivera. So that was really cool to get kind of his insight as a guy who obviously knows pitching. Then you get a choice pack. And then 99 Ethan Holiday for his dad's Colorado Rockies. Pretty juicy card for the collection. Everybody gets him. He's free, but not free, obviously, because you got to spend to collect. And then, of course, the Home Run Derby winner, Cal Raleigh. Beefy 99. He might be my endgame catcher. Not going to lie. Once I get these other... And he's only 7 cards to collect. It's crazy to me that a card this beefy is locked behind a 7-card only collection, even though, if we take a look here, I mean, the cards are going to be a little spendy. You're going to... It's going to take a bit to get there. I mean, these ones are dropping. I didn't anticipate these 2 to stay up for a little while, but eventually you're going to be able to get the stubs, get to Cal, and he's like an endgame level catcher, at least with the bat, in my opinion. And then we did have a new headliner, I believe, right here with Billy Williams. So some really cool stuff. Again, SDS, tip of the cap. You're firing with the content. And I want to take this last opportunity to talk about a little something that's coming up, because I am a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist on this. So if you're not down with that, you can tune out of the video now. But I'm going to talk about my conspiracy theory as I see it. When you look at what's coming, we got right before my birthday, basically, and then right after my birthday, we have content. The 25th and the 27th, they're going to take a small little break, which they deserve at this point. They got another show live on the 25th, which we will cover. You got another weekend classic, and the 6th inning program comes out, as well as the Gunnar Henderson takeover. Almost guaranteed that's going to be a 99 Gunnar Henderson, so a pretty beefy shortstop with third base secondary. Sorry to interrupt this video, but I want to talk to you for a minute about the channel's partner, Dubby Energy.
Now, I know you're probably thinking, oh, great, another product that you're going to try to shove down our throats because you get a cut if we use your code at checkout, right? And full transparency, I do. But I'm not going to tell you to go buy something. I'm not going to tell you to go use this product. I'm going to tell you why I use this product every day, and then you can decide for yourself whether you want to try it or not. Now, look, I'm someone that's always on the go, right? Like I'm always doing something, whether it's making content for the channel, taking care of the dogs, working on daily house chores. Like I'm always busy. It seems like I'm on the go from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. And then even when I lay there in bed and can't sleep, I'm like, I should be up doing something. And how do I keep going? I need caffeine. Now, I've been a caffeine addict basically my entire life. And I've tried it all. I've done the sodas, diet sodas, sugars, energy drinks. I've done the sugar-free energy drinks. I've done it all. And it all comes with that jitters, that crash that kind of makes it pointless because once you get jittery, it's like it's hard to work on stuff. And that's why Dubby Energy is different. Let me tell you, like, I'm a sucker for this stuff. I buy it in bulk. Like, I recently dropped like $1,000 on an order. And once they found out it was me, they're like, that's like the single biggest order we've ever had. And it's outside of like retailers and stuff. And it's like, it's crazy because these guys are just so good. They use coffee bean extract to make their caffeine. And there's just something different about it. Like, it doesn't give you that jitters. It doesn't give you that crash. It leaves you focused, which is something that I find for basically drinking caffeine for 20 plus years. Like, that's important. And they don't use any artificial colors or dyes. The ones that do have color are made from like fruit extract and things like that, and natural fruits and natural flavors. And there's vitamins, there's minerals. Let me tell you about a couple of my personal favorite flavors. I'm really partial to the Dub Sludge, which is a Granny Smith apple with secret sauce flavor. I also really like the Callow Cream, which is a mango orange cream blend, and the Dragonade, which is a dragon fruit pink starburst lemonade. But rest assured, whatever flavor you're into, they've probably got something for you. They've also got non-caffeinated hydration flavors, a bunch of really cool anime collab tubs, and some awesome merch. And you know me, I'm all about that merch life. But that's really beside the point. The point is that these guys are trying to do things differently. They're trying to take on big energy. They're trying to take on this whole like perception of artificial colors and dyes and chemicals in our food and drink, which we have to deal with every single day. But with Dubby, you can deal with it just a little bit less. Now that's something that I can personally get behind, and surprisingly, so can my doctor, because I've been bringing like energy drinks and stuff to my doctor for years once I found zero sugar stuff and saying, hey doc, do you think this is really good for me? And every time she looks at it and goes, not really. There's aspartame or there's something, in here that's not good for you, or there's, this chemical, that chemical, this thing or that thing. And every time she's like, no, I really don't condone you drinking this. I understand you're going to because you're a caffeine addict, but I can't like endorse this. But when I brought a tub of Dubby Energy, she looked at it and she went, yeah, like the worst thing in here is the artificial sweetener, and it's not even the worst one. Again, I want you to make the decision for yourself. Head on over to dubby.gg, peruse the website, and see if you can find something to fit your taste buds. Now for the part you've all been waiting for. While you're there, use my promo code BCX3 for a select percentage off of your order of tubs, shakers, and merch. You can drink Dubby to conquer a task, all while being better to your body, mind, and spirit. Now back to the video.
And then on the 27th, Program, Collections, Diamond Quest, and then Legends and Flashbacks Collection. And of course, the Program and Collections look like they're going to be around the Hall of Fame content. And then we have Legends and Flashbacks Collections included in that. Now, here's where my tinfoil hat theory comes in. I know that most of you are not going to agree with me. I've argued with enough people on Facebook and Twitter to know that I am in the minority of people here. And you can call this my last-ditch hopeful effort, my last satirical plea to the baseball video game gods that we get an Ichiro Suzuki card here. Like, I know on a logical level I'm grasping at straws when I've connected some of these dots that I've connected and thrown out there, and the community's been like, fuck are you smoking? I know I'm grasping at straws here, but like, I just feel like it's too big of a name for him to be going into the Hall of Fame for them not to give us a card. Kind of like last year with Adrian Beltre. But the counter argument there, of course, is we had Adrian Beltre day one. We knew he was going to be a new legend in MLB The Show from the get-go. We obviously don't know that with Ichiro. Technically, he's not in the game right now, and might not be in the game. Here's where my tinfoil hat comes in, though. Last year, even though a lot of people speculated that NCAA college football was going to be a huge rivalry to the show in terms of very similar player base and taking some of the players away, I don't think they really realized the extent of players that were going to drop off when that game came out, because MLB took a huge hit with that game, especially with the sets and seasons format that nobody liked. And they're experiencing the same kind of hit right now with College Football 26, and they know it. So, now would be the perfect time to drop something like an Ichiro, to keep those of us who have stuck around invested, to bring players back into the game. It would be the perfect time. Now, I understand, too, from a marketing standpoint, that if you're going to drop a legend of this caliber, you're probably going to want to do it right at the beginning of the year so you can market it. I get that. But, there's enough, again, I'm calling him tinfoil hat because, I say these words and I understand that, 99% sure that I'm wrong. But again, I'm going to keep on hoping and whatever, but, either way, the content's going to be fire because we've got, Billy Wagner. He's already in the game. CeCe Sabathia, he's in the game. Dave Parker, rest in peace, he's in the game. So we do have 3 guaranteed cards that are going to probably be centered around these programs. But when you see program, collections, and Diamond Quest, I would also then, look at those to feature previous Hall of Fame inductees that are in the game. Guys like your Joe Mauers and your Adrian Beltres and your Todd Heltons from last year. Griffey's a Hall of Famer, obviously, so a lot of Hall of Fame cards that can be utilized at that time. But I don't know, man. And I hold out hope because if you want to get technical, Ichiro is in another video game right now, right? He's in NPB Yakyuu Spirits 24-25. And I've had people argue with me that he has an exclusive rights deal for them, and that's why he won't be in the game. And my counter to them so far, without any thing coming back, is that show me in the contract where it says exclusive rights deal. Now, I know, from a logical standpoint, you think that, you would sign a contract and it's hey, you can't be in any other sports game while you're in ours. But that's not entirely true, because when you look at something that I wouldn't even call a competitor to the show in Super Mega Baseball, which is a cartoony, weird, fucking baseball game. But they have MLB Legends in their latest installment that came out 2 years ago. And they've had MLB Legends at the same time that we have. They have Johnny Damon in their game. We don't this year, but we had Johnny Damon back when theirs came out. Ortiz is in their game. He's in this game. Ruth is in their game. He's in this game. Randy Johnson in both games. Then they have guys that we don't have, they have Bartolo Colon, and then they have guys that we've gotten since they've gotten them, like Jose Batista. They technically had him first, but now we have him too. So, unless you can show me in the contract where it says exclusive rights, I'm not going to believe that argument until you can provide hard evidence. But, I don't know. Again, I know I'm grasping at straws here, but, at the end of the day, I know it's probably not going to happen. I know maybe we'll get Ichiro in 26. Maybe. I hope that they pull some strings, because it just feels like such a wasted opportunity not to be able to celebrate his Hall of Fame induction this year inside the game. It would be just drop 99 Ichiro, the first Ichiro card we get is a mid-season 99 Ichiro card. I know you kind of kill your marketing, but at the same time, I'm down for that, right? I don't know, man. Until the 27th comes and the inevitable conclusion is that Ichiro is not still in the game, which again, I know that I'm 99% wrong here, but I'm holding on to that one little sliver of hope, and you can't take that hope away from me. until the 27th comes and he's not here. It's that simple, and you can call me an idiot in the comments all you want. Actually, please do, because it helps the algorithm. Every comment that you use calling me an idiot means more people potentially see the video, so please bash me in the comments over this hopeful Ichiro take if that's what you want to do, because it helps me get into the algorithm. So even though you're shit-talking me, technically I still win, I guess. I don't know, but I can't not be hopeful until there's no room for being hopeful anymore. But that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Comment, call me an idiot. Tell me what you think about my Ichiro theory. Be honest. Like I said, if you agree with me, you can say you agree. If you think I'm stupid, an idiot, a dumbass, naive, say that too, because either way it helps the algorithm. And leave a like, because that also helps the algorithm. And to the regulars, thank you guys so much for being here. To anyone who is new, please stick around. We do tons of different fun baseball content on the channel. I'm going to be recording a video on Saturday with my boy Dakota Ezra, who is a Mariners fan, and we're going to be talking Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, the home run derby, the All-Star game, all of that and a whole lot more. So make sure you want to hit that subscribe button, because you're not going to want to miss that one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.